You know that feeling, right? The clock is ticking down on the ACT, your heart's pounding, and you're just staring at a problem. It's super stressful. Well, today, we're going to break down a really powerful technique called the triage strategy. It's all about helping you master your time and, yeah, boost your score. So let's get right into it.
Okay, let me ask you something. What if those ridiculously hard questions, the ones that just eat up all your time, what if they aren't just difficult? What if they're actually a trap? A trap that's designed to slow you down and steal points you could have gotten somewhere else.
So here's the absolute truth about the ACT, the thing you have to get. The easiest question on the whole test, it's worth 1 point. Now what about the hardest, most complicated question that takes you 10 minutes to even read? Yep, you guessed it. Also worth just 1 single point. They have the exact same value. And understanding that is the entire secret to beating this test.
And that right there, that is what we call the ACT time trap. See, the test isn't just a measure of what you know, it's really a race against the clock. And the single biggest mistake you can make is getting stuck. Here's why this is so important. Every single minute you spend fighting with a question you probably can't solve, that's a minute you're not spending on 3 or 4 easier questions you could have nailed later on. You are literally trading away points you were guaranteed to get. It's a bad deal every time. So, okay, how do you get around this thing? How do you avoid the trap? Well, it's all about working smarter, not harder. It's a method called the triage strategy. I want you to picture an ER doctor, okay? They're not helping people in the order they walk in the door, right? No way. They find the patients they can help the fastest to get the best outcome for everyone. We're going to do the exact same thing on the ACT. You find and answer all the easy questions first, lock in those points, and then you save the really tough ones for the very end if you have time.
So this sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work when you're sitting there with the test booklet? Your game plan is actually really simple. It all breaks down into 2 distinct phases, or as we're going to call them, 2 passes.
It's super simple, but trust me, it's a total game changer. First, you've got the first pass to just collect all the easy points, and then you've got the second pass to go back and deal with everything else. So let's break down that first pass. Okay, first pass. Your goal here is one thing and one thing only: speed. You are a point-hunting machine. You're going to fly through the entire section and answer every single question you immediately know how to do. The second you feel yourself slowing down, or you're not sure, boom, skip it. Move on, no hesitation. This way, you will never hear pencils down and realize there were a bunch of easy questions at the end you never even saw.
All right, now you've banked all those easy points. It's time for round 2, the second pass. With whatever time you have left, you go back to all those questions you skipped. But, and this is key, you're not just starting at the beginning of the ones you skipped. No. You're going to scan them and ask yourself, okay, which one of these looks kind of familiar? Which one can I probably knock out? And for anything that still looks totally impossible, it's time to guess, but guess strategically. To make this whole process really simple, you're going to have a little mental checklist for every single question you see on that first pass. You're going to put each one into one of 3 buckets: now, later, or never.
First up, the now questions. These are your bread and butter, the low-hanging fruit. You see it, you know exactly what to do, you answer it, and you move on. Done. You collect all these points in your first pass, no questions asked.
Next are the later questions. These are the ones where you're like, okay, I think I know how to do this, but it's going to take me a minute. You know the concept, it just isn't an instant solve. Just circle it, mark it, whatever you got to do, and you come back to these on your second pass.
And then there are the never questions. You know the ones I'm talking about. You read it, and it might as well be in a different language. You have absolutely no idea where to start. Wasting time on these is like setting your test time on fire. Just don't do it. But you're not going to leave them blank either. So, what's the move here? Here's the deal. The ACT doesn't penalize you for wrong answers, so you always guess. But we're going to guess smart. Pick a letter of the day for all your never questions. Maybe it's C, maybe it's H, whatever it is, you stick with that same letter every single time you guess. Statistically, you've got a way better shot at grabbing a free point or 2 than if you just randomly bubble stuff in. Okay, so let's put it all together. What's the big payoff here? Why does this strategy actually get you more points on test day? It's because this strategy completely flips the script on the test. You're no longer letting the hardest questions push you around and eat up all your time. Instead, you're in control. You're spending almost all of your time working on questions that are either easy or, at the very least, doable. You're putting your energy where you're going to get the most points.
And the bottom line is, well, it's pretty simple.
You just score more points. It's not magic, it's just smart test taking. You make sure you get to every question you know how to answer, and that's how you build a score that really shows what you can do.
See? By focusing on racking up points instead of getting stuck on problems, you can totally change your whole experience with the ACT. So, I guess there's just one question left. Are you ready to beat the clock?